So far, we've shown you features on Android enterprise devices, but we know that customers are increasingly adopting devices outside the Google ecosystem, built on the foundation of the Android Open Source Project, or AOSP. Many of these devices enable key scenarios in the enterprise, but don't have integration with Google mobile services. As a result of this, these devices cannot leverage the Android enterprise management options available in Intune today. To address this need, we've added support for management of corporate AOSP devices, and we are super excited to tell you that this is now generally available on RealWear devices to start. We offer support for user-based and shared device deployments, configuration, compliance, certificates, and Wi-Fi profiles. Now, we know that we're on the first step of our journey in managing these AOSP devices, and we are continuing to invest in the platform to drive parity with our Android enterprise scenarios. Let's go back to the console and take a look at how Alpine Ski House uses Intune to manage their RealWear HMT-1 head-mounted devices. Stacy is going to set up an enrollment for userless AOSP devices. During the enrollment, these devices are going to use the Alpine guest Wi-Fi access point with a pre-shared key. Next, she's going to set up a profile to deploy a trusted root certificate to the device. As well as deploy a couple of SCEP certificates to the device. Finally, she's going to create a Wi-Fi profile for the secure network that these devices will eventually be on after the enrollment. Finally, she's going to create a Wi-Fi profile for the secure network that these devices will eventually be on after the enrollment. With all the configuration profiles created, Stacy is going to generate a QR code token for userless device enrollment, which will be distributed to the ski lift facility. Let's switch over to the RealWear head-mounted device. On the device, our chairlift technician, Steven, scans the QR code to kick off the enrollment. Steven goes through the out-of-the-box experience, and this is just the Android system here. Once that's done, the Intune app is automatically installed, and all he has to do is say Start to begin enrolling the device. During this time, the profiles that Stacy created earlier are going to be deployed to the device. So once again, that's a couple of certificates and the Wi-Fi profile for the permanent network that these devices are going to be on. Enrollment is now complete, and we can see now that the device is immediately connected to the correct Alpine Ski House secure network after the enrollment. We can also just open settings really quick to double check that. And we can go back and verify that the certificates Stacy deployed are present on Steven's device. So everything looks pretty good here. Now that his device is online, Steven is ready for his shift. He launches Teams, and conditional access lets him through because the device is in compliance. At the end of his shift, he's simply going to log out, put the headset back in the charging bay, and with that, it's ready for the next worker to pick up. And that's all I have for you today. That was a lot of demos. And as you can see, Microsoft Intune, Azure AD, Microsoft 365 apps, and many other groups across the company are constantly working to add more product capabilities that you need for managing devices used by frontline workers. I hope this session has given you a taste of how Intune is simple to manage, secure by default, and how you can use it to enable frontline workers to be productive with minimal device downtime. I really appreciate you joining me today to learn about empowering your frontline workers with Microsoft Intune. Enjoy the rest of your Ignite. Thanks for watching and take care.